this segment of the show, we'll be making chocolate flower pot desserts. Dave, why don't you get us started, then we're going to go to our next caller.
All right. Flower pot dessert, basically. Heavy whipping cream, whipped it up till it's got a nice peaks on it. We're going to add a little bit of condensed milk, sweet milk. It's really, really sweet. This is a little bit of Hershey's chocolate sauce. We're going to get that all nice and mixed up together. We're going to take a little bit of pound cake, a little cream de cocoa, which is a chocolate liqueur. We're going to dredge these in this into the glass. We're going to pour the mixture on top, put it in the freezer, whipped cream and cherry on top. That's the flower pot.
Now that is all butter pound cake, is it not?
Oh, without a doubt.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
All right, we're going to talk to Henry about champagne in just a second, but let's go to Charlie first. Charlie, you there?
I'm there with you. How you guys?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Charlie?
I'm pretty good. I noticed when you guys put on the beef, did you guys marinate the ribs at all before you add the peppers?
No, I put a little cider vinegar on there.
Okay. So you're just throwing the peppers on and throwing and basically just adding the sauce while the ribs are cooking. How long do you think it normally takes to cook ribs that size on the coals?
On the coals, probably. If you get a nice slow, even fire, it'll probably take you about 45 minutes.
Okay. All right. Keep it off the flames. The slow, even fire, about 45 minutes.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. You're going to have to do it a couple times, and then you'll be able to tell.
All right.
You know, don't be afraid to taste one every now and again.
All right, no problem with that. Thanks, man.
Take care.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, David, but usually marinating is a tenderizing technique, and these baby back ribs are already just tender as can be.
Right. And that cider vinegar is going to help. That's a natural tenderizer. It's a natural acid.
Right.
That's going to help tenderize it as well.
Right ahead. All right, Henry, why don't you tell us about the champagne we're drinking this evening?
Well, I'd be happy to. This is the champagne I was talking about a little bit earlier tonight. This is Charles Elner champagne. This is from Epernay, is the region of Champagne. Epernay is a little town in Champagne. There's basically 3 towns in Champagne, but I don't want to bore you. But this is but this is an absolutely delightful bottle of champagne. Like I said, normally $45.99 at the Strawberry Street Vineyard, $29.99 right now. And we're going to have, I'm going to also show you how to open it.
You can open it on the air?
I'm going to open it right here on the air.
Watch out for that light.
You turn it 7 times. 7 times. Then you grab the cork and you actually turn the bottle. You don't turn the cork. And you just give it a little pop.
All right. And I don't see why we wouldn't taste some.
Well, would you like to try some?
I believe perhaps it would be a good idea.
All right, well, we're going to have a little taste right here. And the sign of good champagne is very tiny, tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles?
Tiny bubbles. And if you look here, these bubbles are just fine and tiny, and it's absolutely delightful champagne.
All right, David, and I'm not trying to cut you short. Well, actually, I was, and I did. And there you go.
Oh,
Dave, will you do that? And I'm going to give our guests some champagne, if it's all right with you, sir.
Yeah, have you collected their money yet?
I have their credit card numbers.
Okay, that's very good.
You can hear me over this mixer. What I'm going to do right now is you might want to let this go just a little bit more. But for the sake of TV, we're going to go ahead and add. This is a can, approximately 6 ounces of condensed milk.
Yeah,
and once we get it like this, we're just going to let it slow down, and we don't want to over whip it. And what we have here is just a little Hershey's chocolate syrup. Another fine quality item provided to us by Cisco Foods. And Mike Pascucci's our sales rep. They take real good care of us. They got about everything. All right, while this is whipping together,
that's good, man.
I'm going to set this up.
Go right ahead. You know, people don't often think about pairing champagne with dessert, but you know, rather than have a real sweet dessert wine, sometimes you'd like to have a nice little dry accompaniment to the very sweet dessert. And I think it's a perfect pairing, and people should really try it at home.
So is the sweetness of the champagne basically matched up with the sweetness of the dessert?
Well, no, the champagne is quite dry. But I think the contrast between the sweetness of the dessert and the dryness of the champagne is a delightful combination, rather than have a sweet dessert wine which is going to fight with the sweet dessert.
All right, remember, please remember, it is a call-in show. If you've got any questions, it's 353-1111. That's Glad TV. How are we coming on those flower pots, David?
We're getting pretty close, pretty close.
And now, how is everything over here?
Everything over here was excellent.
All right.
Glad to hear it.
And with that dish, we didn't talk about the baked beans.
Yeah, we're not good.
You just take your favorite brand of baked beans, whatever that is, You might saute a little onion, tomato, garlic, that kind of thing. You know, put a little bit of extra brown sugar. I just put a couple cooked off some bacon, put it on the top. I mean, baked beans are baked beans, basically. So.
But bacon makes basically anything taste better, I think, don't you? Yeah.
How about molasses? Do you ever put that in your baked beans?
A lot of people work with molasses. Haven't worked with it too much. That's really just super sweet, right? So if you want to use molasses instead of brown sugar, I would just cut down until you get used to it, because
we need to get moving here a little bit. You're almost ready?
Sure.
Well, all right. That's great.
Just going to unhook this. Oops.
And whip them this way.
And also, Henry, will you put that behind me?
Sure.
Thanks. Tonight at Charlie's Stony Point Cafe, they have they're all watching us back there on the big screen. Nice to see y'all. Thanks for watching. Tonight they have open mic night at Charlie's. Eric Byland's the host. If you're a musician, you know people that are musicians, come on in. It's no cover charge. You can get up and play. If you're not comfortable playing by yourself, Eric will play with you. Last week we went in there and they probably had like 3 or 4 guys playing guitar. There was a young lady singing. It's a good time, so if you got nothing going on, head on down to Charlie's.
All right, let's go to our last caller of the night. This is Chris. Chris, how you doing?
How are you?
Just great.
Hello, David. Hello, Henry.
Hello.
Chris, how you doing, sir?
Hey, my question is this: how do I rate a seat at that fancy table there? If I'm eating there in the studio?
Well, cash donations is usually how we...
These people over here had a "we'll sit for food" sign out. So
See, I've got one, so I'm in for the next time around.
Chris, you're invited to the next one.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, sir.
All right. And this just to let you know, this is Scott Carreras. He's my brother-in-law. This is my mother, Kathy Graziano, and that's the attractive one at the end. And at least I feel he's attractive. It's Matt Puccinelli. He's a friend of ours. That he
So
is.
if any ladies out there want to call in and get a date,
Or
Matt will take calls.
Now, wait a minute.
Matt's
This is not a
thinking about
dating
things,
show
so,
here, you know.
all right.
Dating with Fat.
Dating with Fat. That's, I can relate to that, actually.
All right. You ready to go?
I didn't mean that, whoever I might offend out there.
We're going to put a little bit of this mousse in the bottom of the glass. Try not to make a mess.
Very funny, dating with Fat. I like that, Dave.
Thanks, Henry. We just take a little, like Henry said, all butter pound cake.
And this is cream to cocoa?
Cream to cocoa, so it does have a small amount of alcohol in it.
And that's
if you have a problem with that.
That's available at a liquor store. You can't get that at a wine shop.
Is that where they sell that? They don't sell in the supermarket?
I don't think
Because
so.
I don't think it has enough alcohol in it. They don't sell in the supermarket?
But you can substitute brandy or something. Boy, that looks great.
These are one of our more popular desserts. And if it's your birthday, flower pot is on Tommy. So come on in. We'd be more than happy to serve you a birthday flower pot. And if Tommy's there, he might sing happy birthday for you.
And if it's your birthday, come on in the Strawberry Street Vineyard and we'll sell you a bottle of wine.
All right, so what do you do after you cover these things with the chocolate sauce, Dave?
I'm going to put them in the freezer.
All right.
Approximately a couple hours, give or take. All right. And this is one of those things, if you make them, if you're having a party on the weekend, you can make this on Tuesday, Wednesday.
So this is something that you can do ahead?
Hold on one second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. What you want to do is, because you have the mousse, you just want to
tap it down, get all the air bubbles out.
See the air bubbles come out? That's a big thing. That's how they do it in a fancy restaurant.
I jump up and down every night and do the same thing.
All right. Let's put those away. And get out.
Voila, through the magic of television.
They're already frozen, and not only that, they've mated. And there are 3 of them.
Put a little fresh dollop of whipped cream.
Homemade whipped cream.
Now, do you sweeten that whipped cream, Dave, with a little sugar, or just straight up?
I used to. I don't anymore. I don't have any real reason why. When I was first taught how to make it, they said put some sugar in. If you're going to put sugar in, just put it in towards the end.
But the dessert's sweet enough. You really don't need any more sweetness there. Now, Dave, could you use a low-fat, non-whipped topping for that?
And for the 3rd straight week, I will say. David?
Sure, Henry.
You might.
You could. I'm not going to mess with it.
You'll never see...
I don't know if they make a low-fat
Heavy whip.
Yeah, well, you'll never see that on Cooking with Fat, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you that.
All right. Those are turning out very, very nice.
Do we have to give those to them?
We have more.
Okay, good.
It's okay.
I got a backup for you, Henry.
All right. Give me those cherries, Dave, and we're going to wrap things up and get out of here. All right. Thank you very much for joining us once again with Cooking with Fat. I'm Tommy Graziano. This is Henry. That's my brother, David. We'll see you next week, 7:30, Blab TV, Wednesday night. And we'll be Cooking with Fat. There you go.